You think you know what a woman wants in bed? Well, you probably don't. And I'm not saying that to be harsh. I'm saying it because the positions women actually want, the ones that make them lose their minds, are almost never the ones men choose, and nobody has ever told you why. So today I'm telling you 5 positions women are begging for inside their own heads. What they do to the female body, what they do to the female mind, and why most men never go there. Most women have tried to bring this up once or twice, got a reaction that made them feel stupid for asking, and decided it was easier to just go quiet and let you do what you do. So they stopped asking, and you kept doing what you've always done. And somewhere along the way, the gap between what she wants and what she's getting just became the permanent distance between you in bed. That ends today. I'm Valerie, sex therapist, and if you stay with me through all 5 of these, you are going to understand something about women in bed that most men never figure out, even men who've been with the same woman for 30 years. Let's get into it. Okay, so before I get into the positions themselves, I need to give you one piece of context, because without it, none of what I'm about to say is going to land the way it should. Women and men want completely different things from sex. Not just different sensations, different experiences entirely. You see, for a man, good sex is largely physical. It's sensation, friction, rhythm, release, and the position is a vehicle for that. The more intense the physical sensation, the better the position. Simple. For a woman, it's nowhere near that simple. For a woman, the best sex she's ever had is almost never the most physically intense sex she's ever had. It's the sex that made her feel something. The sex where her body and her mind were both completely in it at the same time, where she felt safe enough to fully let go, where she felt like the man she was with actually wanted her, not just her body, not just the act, but her. Now that might sound like I'm about to give you a lecture about emotional intimacy. I'm not. I'm talking about something much more practical than that. I'm talking about the specific positions that create that feeling in a woman's body and mind. The positions where the physical and the psychological hit at the same time. And when both hit together, when a woman feels that combination, what comes out of her is something most men have never actually experienced from their partner. So stay with me. Alright, the first one, the lotus position, and I want you to hear me out on this before you decide it's not for you. The lotus is simple to describe. She sits in your lap, legs wrapped around your waist. You're sitting too, legs folded or crossed beneath you. You're face to face, chest to chest. Her forehead can rest against yours. There is no space between your bodies anywhere. Now here's why most men avoid this one. It removes almost everything men associate with good sex. There's no range of motion, there's no speed, there's no power behind it. The movement available to you is slow, a rocking, not a thrusting. And sitting there, holding her weight, and with no impressive physical agenda to hide behind, most men feel like they're not doing enough, like they're failing somehow. Okay, and that feeling, that discomfort, is exactly the point. You see, what a woman feels when a man is fully still with her, no urgency, no agenda, completely present, is one of the most powerful things she can feel in bed. Not because stillness is the goal, but because what that stillness communicates to her nervous system is something that no amount of athletic effort can communicate. It says, I am here, completely, and I'm not trying to get anywhere. And for a woman, that lands in her body like a drug. Think about it from where she sits. Her face is inches from yours. She can feel your breath. She can see your eyes. She can feel your heartbeat against her chest. And you're not rushing her. You're not building towards something and mentally checking off boxes. You're just there, holding her, present in a way that is actually rare, genuinely rare. What that does to a woman over 5 minutes is hard to overstate. Her whole nervous system settles, and when a woman's nervous system settles in that kind of closeness, her body opens in a way that it simply cannot open when she feels rushed or watched or performed at. The lotus doesn't just feel intimate, it unlocks her completely. And the men who figured that out will tell you it's one of the most intense sexual experiences they've ever had. Because what comes back from a woman who is fully open is not something you forget. So the second one, spooning. And I know what you're thinking. Spooning isn't a sex position. Spooning is what you do when you're tired. Spooning is a Sunday morning thing. That thinking is exactly the problem. You see, what most men don't understand about spooning is what it means to a woman when it happens during sex. Not after, during. Think about what she's doing. She's giving you her back. She can't see your face. She can't watch you. She can't monitor what's happening or read your expression. She has turned her most unguarded side towards you, and she's trusting you with it completely. That is not a small thing. That is one of the most significant acts of physical trust a woman can offer a man. And the fact that you want her that way, from behind, without her face performing for you, without her having to look beautiful or react correctly, communicates something to her that hits very deep. You want her. Just her. Her body, her warmth, her presence, and not her performance. Now, the physical experience of spooning is also unlike almost anything else. The depth of contact is different. Your chest against her back, your arm around her, your legs tangled with hers, your breath in her hair. She is completely encircled by you. And the feeling that creates being fully surrounded by the person who wants you touches something in female psychology that is almost impossible to replicate any other way. Women describe spooning as feeling guarded, protected, like the most important and most wanted thing in the room, like she could stay exactly there and want for nothing. Alright, and the rhythm available in spooning is different too. It's slow, deep, nothing like the fast, percussive pace most men default to. It builds gradually, spreads through the whole body. It's a warmth that starts in the physical and moves into something else entirely. Women who've experienced it done right say it's the sex that stays with them the longest, not the loudest, the warmest. And here's one more thing about spooning that matters. Unlike almost any other position, it has no clear end. You can drift into sleep exactly like that. You can wake up still wrapped around her. You can spend an entire morning without moving. And that continuity, that feeling of him still being there, still choosing to be exactly where he is, says something to a woman that words can't say as efficiently. It says, I'm not going anywhere. Now, third one. And this one surprises men every time. The chair position, she's on top. You're sitting in a sturdy chair or on the firm edge of the bed, feet flat on the floor. She's straddling you, and she sets the pace. She controls the depth and the rhythm. She is, from the outside, completely in charge. And most men resist this one for exactly that reason. Because giving up physical control in a sexual encounter feels to a lot of men like giving up something important. Like being a piece of furniture instead of a lover. They want to be doing more, moving more, being more visibly in it. Okay? But here's what's actually happening for her in that position. And once you understand it, you'll stop resisting it. When she's on top in bed, she's managing balance, bracing herself, negotiating gravity. Part of her attention is always on the logistics of her own position, She's never fully free to just be in it. In the chair, she's vertical, upright, fully supported by you and the structure beneath her. Her hands are free. She can lean back, move forward, find exactly the angle and pace her body is asking for without any of the physical management that takes her attention away from what she's feeling. She is completely inhabiting the experience, and she's doing it while looking directly at you. You see, the eye contact in the chair position is different from anything else. She's looking down at you. You're looking up at her. Both of your bodies fully visible to each other. And your hands on her hips or her thighs aren't controlling her. They're holding her. There's a difference. Control takes something away. Holding gives something. What she's feeling in that position is something women almost never get to feel. The safety of being fully in control of her own pleasure while being completely held by someone beneath her. Freedom and containment at the same time. See, and that combination, I cannot overstate how rare that feels for a woman. She's not performing for you. She's not trying to do it right. She's just moving in the exact way her body needs to move. And you're there beneath her, solid and present, not waiting for her to finish, not watching with an agenda. Just holding her while she takes exactly what she needs. That is what she's asking for when she asks for this. Give it to her. I want to pause here for a second. Because what I'm about to get into with the last two, I can explain the why on YouTube. But the how, the specific, detailed, explicit version of what to do and how to do it, I can't go there here. This platform won't let me take it where it actually needs to go. So I have a private newsletter, Valerie Uncensored, and in there, I break down exactly what I'm teaching today in full, unfiltered, explicit detail. The specific techniques, what to do with your hands, what to say, where to look. The things that make the difference between a woman who enjoyed herself and a woman who cannot stop thinking about you. The link is in the description. Join, because the real conversation is in there. All right, 2 more. 4th one, legs on shoulders. She's on her back. You lift her legs and rest her ankles or calves on your shoulders. Her body folds slightly. The angle changes everything. The depth, the closeness, the intensity of contact. Men understand the physical dimension of this one immediately. But here's what men almost always miss. And missing it is why they do this position wrong. When her legs go up, when she is fully open in front of you, no barriers, are no angles of defense, her face completely visible. Everything about her is available to your eyes. She is in the most physically vulnerable position she can be in with another person. Now think about what it means that she's choosing it. She's not doing this because it's comfortable. She's doing it because she trusts you enough to be completely without armor in your presence. She is handing you something, not just physical access, something more significant than that. She is telling you with her body that she believes you can hold her at her most exposed without making her feel unsafe, without making her feel seen in the wrong way, without flinching or turning away. That is the real thing she's offering you in this position, and how you receive it matters enormously. Even the men who get this right don't treat legs on shoulders as a signal to go harder or faster. They lean forward physically and in every other way. They hold her legs with care. They maintain eye contact. They stay close to her face. They whisper something to her at the moment she's least expecting it. They stay aware that what is happening in front of them is an act of profound trust, and they meet it with the attention it deserves. You see, the physical configuration of this position puts your face close to hers in a way that almost forces intimacy. To reach her, you have to lean down toward her. To speak to her, you have to bring your face near hers. You are surrounding her from above while she is completely open beneath you. And what she feels in that combination, maximum vulnerability and maximum safety at the same time, is the closest thing to a peak intimate experience that the female mind can have. She is completely at your mercy, and she feels completely safe there. Don't waste that. Don't turn it into a performance. Receive what she's given you and meet it fully. All right, 5th one. And this is the one where most men's resistance has nothing to do with the position itself and everything to do with what it means. The seated oral position. Simple setup. She's sitting on the edge of the bed or in a chair, leaning back slightly, relaxed and open. You're on your knees on the floor in front of her. Your full, unhurried, completely devoted attention is on her. That is the whole position. Now, the reason most men resist this one is the kneeling. Because for most men, kneeling in front of someone carries a weight that's hard to shake. It feels like submission, like a lowering of status, like surrendering something. And men who've been taught that good sex means being the one in charge, being the one driving, experience getting down on the floor in front of their partner as a contradiction of everything they think they're supposed to be doing. Okay? So let me reframe this, because this reframe changes everything. When you get down on your knees in front of her, you are not lowering yourself. You are lifting her. You are making a declaration with your body in the most literal, physical, impossible to misread way that her pleasure is worth your discomfort, that she is worth the hardness of the floor, that there is nothing you'd rather be doing than exactly this. And with no attention left over for yourself, no agenda, no transaction. And for a woman, the visual experience of looking down and seeing that, seeing her partner completely absorbed in her, not performing, not rushing towards something else, just there, is one of the most powerful things intimacy can produce. She doesn't have to perform. She doesn't have to worry about how she looks or how long she's taking or whether she's giving enough back. She is simply receiving completely. And what she feels in that moment, the combination of feeling powerful and being tenderly taken care of at the same time, is something women describe as rare, genuinely rare. Now, the quality of what you bring to this position matters. Your hands resting on her thighs, not gripping, resting, communicate that you're there and you're present. Your pace communicates patience. Your complete absorption in what you're doing communicates that this is not a step in a sequence. This is its own complete thing, offered to her because she deserves it. And when she looks down at you, when she runs her fingers into your hair and sees you completely focused on her, what she feels in that moment is something that will bring her back to your bed every time. Okay? Let me pull all of this together, because these 5 positions look different from each other on the surface, but they're all asking the same thing from you. And once you see what that thing is, it changes how you approach all of them. None of these positions require athletic ability. None of them require stamina or impressive endurance or a particular body type. What every single one of them requires is the willingness to get completely out of your own performance and into her experience. To put her body, her pleasure, her feeling of being wanted, not just desired, wanted, at the absolute center of what's happening. The lotus asks you to be still when everything in you wants to move. Spooning asks you to hold her in the most unguarded position she can offer. The chair position asks you to hold the ground while she takes what she needs. Legs on shoulders asks you to receive her trust at its most complete and meet it with the attention it deserves. And the seated position asks you to get on the floor and declare with your body that she is worth every second of your full, devoted, unhurried attention. You see, what women are starving for in bed is not more technique, not more effort, and not more impressive physical performance. They're starving for a man who is genuinely, completely there with them, who makes them feel like the center of something real, who gives them the experience of being truly wanted. Wanted in the full sense of the word, not just physically pursued. And the men who figure that out, the men who stop performing and start actually being present, are the men their partners talk about, are the men their partners come back to with hunger, are the men their partners describe years later as genuinely unforgettable. That is what's available to you when you stop trying to look impressive and start paying attention to what she's actually asking for. She's been asking for it a long time. Now you know what she's been asking for, and if you want the explicit detail, the specific, unfiltered version of how to do every single one of these, join Valerie Uncensored. The link is in the description. That's where I take this all the way. I'll see you there.